Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where I have just noticed that we actually have a claim on Georgia here, or more specifically, this king and this prince have a claim on Georgia. Now we do need prestige to pull that off. I think we can get some prestige out of a meet peers, at least occasionally. So we'll plan a meet peers here. This will be absolutely fine, and let's start that right on up. Phenomenal. So that'll be okay. The real question, of course, is, when are we going to be declaring wars again here? That is a real question. We're a little bit low on our prestige count right now. We could probably make some titles in order to deal with that. We actually maybe should have released him since he was at 100 opinion. Our mother is currently getting influential here. I want to check the power sharing window. She is selfless. Let's swing the scales down. We are going to leverage gold here. That's absolutely okay. And that will be fine. The Pope expects a council position. Okay. Sure. But beyond that, what we really want to be looking for here is creating titles, right? So we can create the Duchy of Bukovina, and that's absolutely fine to do. We're going to have to grant a lot of these duchies out, right? But we're going to grant this over to this guy for right now. Perfect. That'll be okay. And we're going to need a few additional duchies in total. This was going to be, I think, 1,800 gold. So for now, let's grant this over to this fine gentleman. Phenomenal. And what else do we have? This duchy down here. Sounds good. That would go over to this guy. And there we go. I mean, he's very angry with us. That's probably to be expected, though. So we're at 1894. That means, I think... Oh, right, we're at an activity. So we can't actually do Georgia until we finish up this activity. I forgot about that. And we died. Okay, we didn't quite make it to being of age. At least our sister here is of age. We really need to get some children. We have died young so many times in a row here. So, died at 15, died at 13, died at 21, died at 33, died at 28, died at 40. So this guy is the first guy that gets to a point where I'm like, okay, he had a decent run. Has been a lot of deaths in a row here. Now, we did inherit an entrenched regency, but our mother is selfless, and so we're just going to discharge her. There we go. And unfortunately, who is our heir even going to be? Our uncle? Okay, yeah, we need to find a spouse here, and we would prefer one with high stewardship, stubborn, cynical, and temperate. Okay, none of that actually harms any sort of fertility. We would definitely like to get some fertility going here. Do we have anybody with decent stewardship, but that is high fertility? I mean, handsome does help that. Okay, I think we're going to have to go for handsome for the 20% fertility. We need children, and a lot of them. This will be a matrilineal marriage. Yes, that'll be fine. So let's get going here. Now, I do want to make sure that our husband is managing domain, bringing us up to 13 of 12. That's not too bad. We'll put in this guy of England, Lotharingia, Ghana. Oh, hang on. Ghana, there we go. And Barcelona. That'll all be absolutely fine. Now, we're almost certainly going to have vassal, rebellion issues. So we'll have to deal with those. Do we actually want a stewardship lifestyle focus? I need to think about that. We could potentially go for something like intrigue to try to defend ourselves from all of these schemes. So, I mean, a bonus to fertility here. We could also theoretically go for family focus, which might not be a terrible idea. Going down the family hierarchy tree. Let's do it. We're at 13 of 12. I'm okay with being one above our domain limit. Hopefully that'll change a little bit later on. We can appoint a worthy successor to the noble cavalry. We need to seek a worthy successor, though. And so we'll do that for right now. Okay, so what kind of factionalism are we going to have here? Independence faction. I mean, sure. I'm going to take the prestige rather than gold here. That'll be absolutely wonderful. So, a lot of these guys have pretty positive opinions of us. Like, for example, the King of England here. Plus 2282. Plus almost 2,000 from his personality. Wow, okay. Well, let's send him a gift and bump him up to 100 opinion. And now he has a lot of reasons to not do this. So that's absolutely great. We can just spread around some gold over here. So we're going to send gifts to basically every one of these kings that are in here. And we'll see who all leaves this. I would prefer not to fight this faction. I would prefer to stop dying before we come of age. I mean, we're at least of age this time, so that's helpful. I prefer to stop dying super young, though. That would be great. So for now, we'll just send gifts to all of these people. That'll be great. Cool. So that'll make them all somewhat less angry. And a bunch of them will leave the faction. Now, we do have some ransoms here. Vassals absolutely have to remain in prison right now, where they can't join these factions. So these guys, absolutely not. They stay in prison. Cool. So this faction is currently chilling at 81%. Do we have any other factions here? No, it's just this one. So we could potentially... Can we negotiate with any of these? Are we, like, already in close familial relations with any of these kings? Currently, the answer appears to be no. But we'll see. Yeah, I don't think the answer is going to be yes here. It's unlikely. But we'll find out. What do we got here? Nothing? Yep, a whole lot of nothing. I'm not shocked about that. Considering the fact that we've died so young so many times in a row, we have basically no family to create alliances with. So that's problematic, right? I would also like to get the Most Serene Republic of Venice. That's something we should probably square away. I'm going to declare that right now. It should be a nice and quick war. This war is going to happen in 12 months, but I'm not too concerned about that. So we're just going to raise up only men-at-arms here, and they're going to head straight on in. This will be done de jure, nice and quickly. So we decline this. That is acceptable, acceptable, and acceptable. Okay. Phenomenal. So let's go get Venice under our control. No issue whatsoever here. They're going to fight us here, where we already have defenses. Okay, that'll be fine. We're going to easily win that. We do want to put in a successor for the noble cavalry, so Savarix, skill 15. Okay. That would be this guy. Phenomenal. There we go. That'll do. And the war with Venice is over, so we'll enforce those demands and disband our troops. So we're going to have to handle this faction. Who's going to be leading it? Egypt. Okay. Well, 10 months on that, allegedly. Are some of these people going to leave the faction? Potentially. They're down to 76 strength right now. 68? Bubonic Plague. Get rid of him. 85% chance of getting some prestige? Sure, I guess that's fine. We do need a new spy master, and that's going to be this guy. Phenomenal. These guys are very, very close to actually going away here. Okay, we gain the trait Hunter. That's fine. We're also pregnant, so that is a good thing. We absolutely need that to be a thing. 2 people died at court. King of Norway and Maghreb. Okay, that's exciting. So we want some of these people to leave this faction, right? Ideally, this guy's supposed to leave the faction. Not necessarily the rest of these, but this guy is, for sure. Okay, we had a daughter. Secret is child's heritage. The world does not know who her father is, and she might never know herself. That's interesting. May not inherit titles. So our uncle is back to being our heir. Well, that's awkward. Okay. That's incredibly awkward. We could legitimize her, though. And that might not be a bad idea at this exact moment. Our husband would not be a fan of it, but that's fine. We're going to do it. So she is legitimized. We absolutely need at least an heir here. And sure, we'll imprison this person. That'll be fine. Now, taking a look at this faction, there's a lot happening right now, but taking a look at this faction, a lot of people escaping. Wow. Okay. Taking a look at this faction, if that'll stop for a moment, 7 months away on that, and we're going to have to fight it. A lot of people are actually escaping prison right now. That's very exciting. And are we going to confess our love to our old heartthrob Ladron? No, we are not. That is not really a helpful thing for us. So we're not going to do that right now. That is absolutely fine. This is an acceptable ransom. This is acceptable. This is not acceptable. So we're going to have to deal with this independence faction, for sure. No doubt about that. And this is just what we have to do when we have a succession, right? So we'll just have to deal with this. It's not going to be a problem. It'll just take a little time. Our mother died of heart failure. Okay. Sounds fine for the moment. We're going to be raising up in Cairo soon. They're 4 months away. Make that 3 months. And we're just going to start dropping our forces right here, right now. Phenomenal. So we're going to pre-raise our forces. This is fine here. Yeah, all of these ransoms are reasonably okay as long as they're not our vassal. So these are fine for the time being. Cool. Do we have any rivals at this moment? We do. We have 3 rivals. Okay. We don't really have any choice about this. It basically is what it is, right? So they're probably going to be looking to, like, murder us or something. That'd be very rude of them. But this independence faction can send their ultimatum in a month. And at this point, as long as our men-at-arms arrive here, we want them to send it as soon as possible. Okay. So now we want them to send it as soon as possible. We'll see if they do. They can send it at any time, but it is, of course, their choice. So we're going to accept these ransoms. These seem reasonably fine for the moment. We'll continue to raise up forces until this faction fires, which we hope is right now. Here it is, actually. That's perfect. So we will not be threatened. We are going to stop gathering these forces. We've gathered sufficient. And we're going to start this siege. So they're going to have some desertion. That's fine. Only 3% from that? That's unfortunate. Okay, yep, show this guy in. That'll be fine. I accept your generous gifts. Phenomenal. Okay, we're going to wander up over this direction. I'd like to catch them here. Oh, that's very laggy. Hello, servant of the Lord. No, I will not grant you this land. Get out of here. So we're going to fight these forces here. That'll be absolutely fine. No one seduce us, please. And this blackmail doesn't really matter. I know that Count Isam is the true father. I guess he is our lover. That's not something we set up. We are going to decline this. It is known. Okay. We lose a level of devotion, but that's expected. We're just going to change our ways. We've learned the error of our ways. Fantastic. So we do see some forces coming in over here. Actually, this is very convenient. We're going to let them lock in and fight them right over here. Sounds great. They have no chance here. So that's going to stack wipe. Beautiful. We'll get that sieged on down, and we'll head down this direction then. They're coming in again. They have a lot of forces potentially coming in here. But it seems fine for the moment. Yeah, we'll stack wipe that too. So they don't have a significant amount coming in there. They could have, but they don't. Seems good for now. They have fewer troops than we do. So I'm relatively okay with this, right? They have fewer? Yeah, they have fewer. So that all sounds good. We're at 60% war score right now. We'll just get this eliminated as soon as possible. Hopefully these delays didn't cause us any issues with our claimants in Georgia. That would be unfortunate if it did. But we'll just get this dealt with. No problem whatsoever. For some reason, everybody wants to rule our empire, and I can't figure out why that might be. No. No. I've got nothing. Absolutely nothing at all. In we go. We're going to siege down these castles. We're at 85% war score. There's a scheme at court. We're very shocked about this. Okay. 83% war score. Will these 2 sieges, or I guess these 3 sieges, get us there? Yes. We're at 94 right now. Ticking war scores on our side. This war's over. They just don't know it yet. We're at 98%. This siege will end it. Phenomenal. So we are going to enforce those demands and disband our troops. We retain everything. And this faction will go away, as expected. What do we have going on with these ransoms here? No, get out of here. Are we going to ignore this guy and steal his ideas? Yes, we are. Of course we are. So that's all fine. I do want to attack Georgia, pressing this guy's claim. Yes, let's get this underway. That will be a useful thing to do for sure. So we're going to raise up forces like back over here. It's a bit of a greedy raise with his forces raising right there. So we're just backing off a little bit so that he can't see us in the fog. Looks good. So we're going to declare this war on Georgia. This is going to be no problem whatsoever. We're just waiting on our men-at-arms here. Let's go in and start a slow siege, though. This will be fine. So we have at least 1 child. Hopefully we have another one. That would be good. Yeah, fornicator is not ideal. Can we seek absolution for our sins? I think we can. Hey, Pope. Yeah, we'd lose the trade adulterer. Do it. This is absolutely worth it. So we're going to pay a bunch of gold there. Excellent. Now, we've still got fornicator. Can we do it again, or is there a cooldown? There's a cooldown. 5 years. Okay, sounds good. At least we can seek indulgences, so that's absolutely great. We've still got fornicator here. Are there any other major issues here? Not really. I mean, cynical is not helpful, but it's fine. So we're going to head on up over this direction. Really, we don't need piety all that much anymore. We're basically through the areas where we need significant piety. So that's absolutely great. We're going to need significant prestige from here on out, which is why we would prefer a male heir at this point, since he can take part in the tournaments. But here we are. Apparently we can't stay alive long enough. Maybe this one will. At least we've got an actual heir this time. Let's head on up over this direction. We're at 53% war score. We're not going to catch them, so I'm going to go siege this real quick. There we go. 58%. This is a little bit of a slower siege. Okay, let's go see if we can fight them here. They're going to finish that siege and walk away. Sure, we'll just siege here then. Nice and quick. We'll come in behind them. They're going to come out over here and try to siege that back. Okay, we'll chase them down. We're at 77%. This should end the war. We do get a perk here, and we're going to grab Groomed to Rule, although this only happens... No, this will be fine. We can grab Groomed to Rule here. Yeah, that's absolutely okay. So in we go. We're going to stack wipe them here. This will end this war. We might be in a war defensively now, but we are not. Okay, fantastic. So there's Georgia under our control. Now the question is, how are we doing on this empire title? Well, we can grab it. Do we hold... Is there anything that's not controlled by us here? We control 100% of that, don't we? Pretty sure we do. The Persian Empire, we still need a lot for. So, to that end, these guys broke up a bit. Uh-huh. That's very interesting. That's a duchy tier realm there. And we can start holy warring for duchies. Now, we're definitely a sinner right now. But we could get some devotion out of this. So, can we declare... We can't declare it out over here. Okay, noted. So, we would need to get the Kingdom of Mesopotamia. There are no claimants there. So that basically means Mesopotamia is right out for right now. We would need to go after this guy. This is a duchy tier realm. He's got a couple of duchies. And yeah, we can't declare this because we're currently a sinner, which is sad. So that does mean that we have to get ourselves some devotion. To that end, we're going to go on a pilgrimage. So this is going to be a pious pilgrimage. We're going to go to Jerusalem. We are going to, of course, hire experienced captains, and we're going to get superior armaments. We need a caravan master. This guy will do. And that means no danger on this route. Perfect. We're going to go for altruism. And we're going to, we can't bump up our fidelity, but we can bump up our pomp. Now, this is not for getting additional piety. This is specifically for getting devotion, which is a very different thing here. Achievement unlocked, Iberia or Iberia? That's interesting. I didn't see it pop up in Steam. Do we have that achievement already? I'm just checking here. I don't even know what that achievement is. It didn't pop up in Steam. I don't recognize it. It's probably in here somewhere. Okay, I didn't immediately see it. We'll see if it pops up in Steam. Oh, there it is. As an Iberian culture character, control all of the Caucasian Iberian... What is this? It kind of runs off the screen here. Control all of the Caucasian Iberia region. As an Iberian culture character. Oh, are we the wrong culture? No, we're Basque. And that is Iberian heritage. I feel like we should have unlocked that one a while ago. Okay, whatever. That's interesting. We're going to get ourselves some piety here. And we're working towards becoming dutiful. This should actually do the trick here. We're definitely going to cast down this heterodoxy. We'll get some stress out of it, and that's understood. We're going to donate to charity here. Improvident is actually kind of useful for us. So that'll be okay. We must stop the villain behind this, indeed. And off we go. We do need to be able to declare holy wars. We don't care that much about our piety levels because those are not going to be a huge issue for us. But our devotion level, on the other hand, that is going to be important. We'll show mercy. This guy does not get out of prison. We've got a lot of ransoms here, and all of these are going to be pretty much kings, and the answer to that is going to be no. Kings remain in prison where we can keep an eye on them. The King of Egypt. Oh, right. He's not actually ruling. He would actually be acceptable then. That's fine. If he was ruling, it wouldn't be acceptable, but there we go. Off we go. We're free from bubonic plague, apparently. Okay, cool. So we're going to definitely be getting rid of Fornicator as soon as we can. That'll happen eventually. We decline this. We decline this. Actually, this is acceptable. We decline this one. We accept this. Yep, that's fine. And all those are good. Cool. There's a lot of these that are going to be coming in. A lot of ransoms here. Demand artifact. No. Get out of here. No. Yes. No. Okay. We're going to purchase this maritime trading handbook. That's fine. We can pray for a cure. What do we got here? We think we know a cure. Actually, 77% chance isn't bad, but we did fail the roll. That is sad. So we decline this. We decline this. This is acceptable. This one is acceptable. Decline. 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 And acceptable. Okay. Fantastic. Hopefully we're almost done working through our ransoms. That would be nice. Cool. This is, of course, declined. This one is declined. This one is declined. This one is acceptable and acceptable. Okay. We'll be arriving in Jerusalem soon. Another bubonic plague outbreak, huh? Okay, so we're going to send for a physician, but also... What is this? Oh, a claim throne scheme. We're going to dismiss this guy. He is our knight. That's fine. Get out of here. We don't want him in our court. Bubonic plague means he's going to die anyway. So we're going to pay 900 gold for this court physician. That'll be absolutely fine. We're going to be arriving here in Jerusalem quite soon as well. Woman overboard. We'll save her. Cool. And what do we got? 100 piety? We'll take it. Sounds good. So we've arrived here in Jerusalem, and we gain the trait Pilgrim. Excellent. We're safe from bubonic plague. And we are currently progressing towards Faithful here, and we're making good progress towards Faithful, actually. Wait, did we just lose a level of Fornicator? No, I didn't. They gained a level. Gotcha. Stop being rivals. Absolutely. We don't want rivals. We don't have, like, any piousness here, which is unfortunate. We've just not had any pop up. Actually, we'll translate it. Fantastic. Sure, show this guy in. What do you got? It's not an easy language. And, yep, we'll make a friend. That'll be fine. He is kind of old, so he'll probably die relatively soon, but whatever. That's fine. Okay. So at this point, we're just waiting until our pilgrimage ends. We're engaged there, but we can declare a war once we start back. And that's the idea. We are definitely going to expand further. There we go. Pilgrimage is done. So we're heading back home. We gain a bunch of piety. We'll finish that pilgrimage. And at this point, we gained another level of devotion. We're now a paragon of virtue. So that's absolutely great. And we can come down over this way and start declaring some holy wars. So that would be great to do. This is a holy war for kingdom, but this is a duchy tier realm. He has multiple duchy titles, which makes it mildly awkward. I don't want to do our holy war for kingdom here. We have a couple of de jure lands. We could certainly do holy wars for duchies and start carving this back. And I think that's the way that we're going to go here for now. It is, however, time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to start carving into this area down over here. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Andy McGar, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12UK, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.